We are now officially 1 month into our 5th season here in this franchise, and so far our offense has been really good, dropping over 122 points per game, but our star players have been relatively inconsistent, and we have played very well at home, but we have a sub 500 record on the road. We are 8-2 in our last 10 games, and we've won 4 games in a row, our best win streak of the season in the first month of play. While Cobb has been our best overall scorer this year, Kylan Morris had an uptick in production compared to where he was at this stage a year ago in his rookie season. He's now putting up over 20 points per game, which is a 6-point increase from a year ago, getting more rebounds, more assists, more defensive stats, and he's shooting a lot better in 2 areas out of the main 3, from the field and from behind the arc. But if we are going to surpass expectations like we did a year ago, then we need to beat teams like the Portland Trail Blazers, the Utah Jazz, the Houston Rockets, 3 of the other top 4 offenses in the league, and they're all in the Western Conference just like us. We've lost both games against the Rockets, the first one by 6 and the second one by 5, so 2 relatively close games, but so far the Rockets have come out on top. We took down the Blazers in simming last episode, and we have yet to play the Jazz, but they are our next game on the schedule. But I'm going to focus this episode on this matchup against the Rockets on the road, and we'll watch a game against Utah either next episode or the one after that and see where the season series is at that stage in the season. And the win streak extends to 5 with a 142-120 victory on the Utah Jazz. Our first matchup goes our way with a very strong second half performance after a first quarter that saw the Jazz leading by 17 points. 27-9 for Keontae George and 26 for Wendell Brown off the bench. If you recall, he was the 7th overall pick a year ago, did not play at all last year, but is putting up some really good numbers off of their bench and is shooting very well across the board. And he's one of their top players off their bench, probably their 6th man. 22 for Deion York, but 43 for Cobb to lead the way. We need more games like this from him to show his true superstar power and to really just become a more consistent offensive team to get the most out of our players. But the newest expansion team, the Baltimore Blue Crabs, end our win streak at 5 as, I believe, Andrew Wiggins drops 38 points. I got to fix their lineup. They're actually playing their starters for almost the entire game. That's a bug for new coaches, but they still beat us despite probably being gassed for the entire 4th quarter. Cobb puts up 21. Only 2 other players score in double figures as we are held to only 90 points in this game. Moore goes 1 for 10, and nobody shot well for us at all. I'm going to keep their coach, but change their bench depth to at least 10 for now, and just to make sure their rotations are not 48 for all 5 starters. You can tell here that they're all tired, so hopefully this will help these guys out a little bit. But in this game, we actually lose Mark Williams to a left hand fracture for around 2 to 4 weeks. And I'm probably not going to bring somebody off our bench to replace him. I'll probably just let Wiseman take over all those minutes until Wiseman comes back, because Andre Walsh, I think, is not really ready for that role just yet. I want to actually still see if we can send him down to the G League here this episode. We'll have to find that out. But for now, we are going to give Wiseman all those minutes at center. Well, actually, never mind. I'm going to wait to send Walsh down, and I'm going to redo this. We'll move Wiseman up to about 23 minutes per game and Walsh to 8. So we'll get some playing time, but not a lot, and we'll let Wiseman have a larger role until Williams can come back. Aztecs back in the win column here against the Kings to get their 12th on the year. 27 for Jett Howard, 35 for Cobb, 29 for David Dennis. A big day for the backcourt as Kylan Moore jumps in a double-double. A pair of blocks for Dylan Young, Wiseman, and Cobb. And we shoot 54% on the way to the win and 51% from downtown. Next game, we take down the Pacers. 21 for Cobb. He's been our leading scorer for, I believe, 3 out of our last 4 games. Trying to find some consistency now from this offense. Nice 15 and 15 from Kylan Moore. And Mathurin drops in 25, a double-double from Halliburton. But we still play some solid defense despite a rough shooting day overall from our team. We shot well from downtown despite the struggles from the field, and we are now 13 and 7, up to 4th in the conference, with the Rockets still in 1st place. Got a close finish on the way here, though, against the Spurs on the road. We have 98, they have 100, 2:05 left to go. We're trying to come back after being down by almost 20 points at halftime. Can we complete it? Let's jump in. It's an NBA Cup game here against San Antonio as Victor Wembanyama goes right at Kylan Moore and picks up the and one. And this can push their lead to 5. MVP chance in the building for Wemby. And now we have a tougher hill to climb. Dennis driving behind the back, leaves it for Young. He got it, plus the foul, a big response by the second-year small forward. He's a great athlete, can really pick his spots on offense, can find his rhythm easily. And now a free throw, which could cut it back to 2. It is up, and it finds its way through. Over the top feed, Moore's right there. Wemby misses the shot. The rebound's tipped out to Young. A 3 can put us in front. A 2 could tie it. Cobb's shot is blocked, but Moore corrals it. Shot clock does not reset. Dennis penetrates. Back out to Walker. He fires a triple. Can't hit it off the dribble. Stepping into a triple. Wembanyama no good. It's pulled in by Smith, who rises up and got it to go. We need a bucket, a stop, but a bucket now. Moore, the screen. Cobb leaves it for him. Back out to Dennis. Shot clock under 10. Deep 3. And Dennis drops it in from behind the arc. 25 here in this game. 7 in here in the 4th quarter. And now he gets the turnover. He picked his pocket. Drives. Misses the layup badly. No foul call. Just a rough miss at the rim. We're back where we were just a few seconds ago. And Moore picks up a steal. Back-to-back turnovers by the Spurs. Up to Jarris Walker. Setting up a play. It's a wide open 3 for Dennis. No good. Moore pulls it down and throws it in over George. And the Aztecs have a lead. The Spurs have no timeouts. Under 5 seconds left. Wembanyama for the win. No good. And the Aztecs steal one on the road in San Antonio. How about that to get things started here today? 106-105, your final score. A big NBA Cup victory right there. That's right, all you fans, head home. 27-12 for Wemby in the loss, but he does shoot pretty poorly. 10 for 25. 3 for 14 from downtown. Had 5 blocks in this game. But a couple of key turnovers by Dan George gave us a chance to win this game. We took advantage. Kylan Moore had the winning bucket, but Cobb and Dennis both drop in 25 or more points. And it seems like we are becoming a more consistent team. I think this trio, this young trio, has really come into their own these last couple of games, and they're playing pretty well game after game here, despite that one game against Baltimore. But then, Ja Morant and the Grizzlies overpower us, dropping 137, 17 assists in this game for Ja Morant. Naz Reid shoots 10 for 13 against his former team, and G.G. Jackson drops in 21 points as well. 30 for Dennis, another good day for this backcourt, but Kylan Moore fouled out after less than 30 minutes on the court, only shot 2 for 8, and missing him is a pretty key factor in this loss. Jarris Walker and Kispert both shot pretty poorly, and that win streak ends at 3. We do get Mark Williams back after that loss. We're going to bring him back in and go back to the original rotation to open the year. In the games he played, Andre Walsh only took one shot, made it, and had at least 2 boards in very low playing time. So I am happy with that, despite him not getting much time out there on the court. But I thought he made the most of it, and I still can't really send him down. Maybe I got to hire one more guy on a 2-way contract, but Walsh, I can't really send down yet. Maybe that's why. But if I were to call him up, do I have to send somebody down? I guess I can now. There we go. So Walsh to the G League. We'll bring up just Brett Lawrence just to have some point guard depth, but he's not going to be a key part of our roster at all. We hold off the Clippers 115 to 106. 24 for Kylan Moore. A double-double from Jarace Walker with 23 points. Kind of a slow day for Ka, but he was aboard and 1 assist shy of a triple-double, but had 6 turnovers. Dennis 10 and 10. Backcourt not really taking too many shots in this game. And despite the Clippers having 3 players dropping 20 or more points, we still win this game. And the Bulls just killed us while having no players score more than 18 points. We lost by a lot, only put up 88 points. 23 for Moore, 22 for Ka, but he shot pretty poorly. So did Kylan Moore. Dennis 4 for 13, probably the roughest game of the season, with all 3 players shooting very poorly. Dylan Young 1 for 9. Pretty much every starter had a really rough game. Jarace Walker 1 for 4. That is a bad offensive game for one of the top offensive teams in the league. And here's a preview, by the way, for the upcoming draft class. There is a unanimous first overall pick in Elijah Banks, a 6'9" shooting guard that can also play small forward. He's a shot-creating field-level threat. You've got him, you've got Todd Ojale, Donald Parker, Devin Mitchell, Vic Pollard, Dylan Turner, Nelson Rollins, CJ Bass, Tracy West, Will Sanders, Hillary Hayes, Luke Vincent, and a couple other players in the top 10 to 15 spots as of right now. We'll learn more about this class later on this season. Despite 28 points from Booker, the Pelicans lose to us again. A big day for Jarace Walker, leading the way with 26 points, but 4 players dropped 20 or more, including Cam Christie off our bench. Kylan Moore a point off of 20, but took 22 shots. Sasser 4 for 12 off the bench, but we still come out on top. Very high-paced game. Both teams took over 92 shots in this game, but we shoot 20 for 40 from downtown, and that was good enough to come out on top. The Spurs get one back, though, with a huge second-half performance. 33 for Wemby, 20 for Keldon Johnson, and we had nobody score more than 16 points. And again, our star trio shot pretty poorly here in this game. Our next game comes a full week later, and we clobber the Knicks by 24 points with some great defense. Nobody really having a great shooting day for the starting 5 in New York, but our starting 5 played very well. Kylan Moore, Dennis Cobb, and Young, that young group all scored 20 or more points, and we come out on top with the victory. And our last game before the Rockets matchup, we take down the Bulls with a strong fourth quarter. 27 for Cobb, 20 for Dylan Young, 8 assists for David Dennis, 6 blocks in this game by Kylan Moore. And that lockdown defense leads us to the win despite 25 from Gene Teague. We shoot 50% from the field, took 33 free throws, hits all but 2 of them. And we are now second in the conference, only behind the team that we face in this episode, the Houston Rockets, with a 5.5 game lead on the rest of the pack. But it's us and the Clippers right behind them. So this middle part of the conference, very, very close between seeds 1 and 6. And if we win this game, we will probably pull ahead of the Clippers, and we will take down the Rockets for the first time this season. Again, a very, very good roster. Probably the best starting 5 across the entire league. They've got Reed Shepherd, Cam Whitmore, Jabari Smith, Frank Bauer. I think they're missing somebody in their starting 5, it looks like. I think, yeah, Thompson is shaken up with an injury. He has a fractured eye socket. I wonder if he can just play through that, but maybe not with the eye socket being the issue. Maybe he can't wear a mask. But regardless, a very good roster, a great center off the bench in Dion Houston. But we come in fully healthy, so we should potentially have the edge on them. But they have won 9 games straight, so it's not going to be easy at all. We are not going to change our lineup. No rotation adjustments as we head into Houston, Texas to take on the Rockets and their leader, Frank Bauer. Jordan Hawkins gets the starting nod with Amon Thompson out with the injury, but a matchup of the 2 top Western Conference teams. A win here could be a big plus to our resume. Let's go and do it. John Cobb's last 5 games having quite a dip in point production, but still has been a solid option offensively, but got to get him going here against Houston. A+ home court advantage for the Rockets as tip-off gets underway here. It's going to be a very tough game defensively, but can we come out on top? Here we go. They'll have the ball first. Reed Shepherd comes off the screen, pulls the trigger, and it's no good. It's left on the outside for John Cobb. His first 3 is up and good. That'll get things started here on the road. He's had over 25 points per game so far in road games. It's been our worst place to play. At home, we have been fantastic, but here on the road, it's been a very different story as Morris called for a reach-in foul. Downhill into a 3. Reed Shepherd knocks it down this time. And we're all tied up. Right back to Cobb. He starts off 1 for 2 as well. Driving between 2 defenders. The bucket will count for Shepherd. And Jarris Walker is called for the foul. So every starter, except for Hawkins as of right now for Houston, has an 85 overall or higher. They are quite a formidable team, the best roster in basketball this season, as Kylan Moore draws the first on Bauer. So Bauer, I believe in his 3rd year, he was the first-round pick the year ahead of Kylan Moore. And he has been absolutely fantastic since he was drafted. They have a great guy behind him in Dion Houston, who was also taken top 2 after we took Kylan Moore a year ago. The free throws are both good. Bauer fades away over Moore. Really tough shots. I think we'll take those kinds of looks every time down the court. Lobbing it for Cobb. That was a bad idea from Walker, and he turns the ball over. Bauer sets the pick, and then he gets behind Kylan Moore, coasting inside for the easy deuce. Almost stole it. Cobb's left open and misses the open mid-range shot. Bauer brings it up. Wants to drive. Fires off the window and good. What a play. Walker dished out to Cobb. A deep triple. That one is not going to go either. He's now 1 for 3 from downtown. Jabari Smith out to Shepherd. Lob backdoor and knocked away right to Bauer. Walker rises up, gets the stop in the low post. Good job. Can the offense find their rhythm? Can John Cobb knock it down? Yes, he can. Now Hawkins tries one from deep but can't respond. A 3 can put us in front here. Cobb feeds it down low. A mismatch for Moore. One-handed shot, and it's silky smooth. We're tied at 10. Ending off. Downhill. Whitmore fouled from behind by Cobb. His first. The 3rd already on the Aztecs. That's free throws for Ken Whitmore. First free throw is on the money. And the Rockets are back in the lead by 2. Another open look. Cobb now 3 for 5 from downtown. He has been open quite a lot already. Good off-ball screens being set for him. And we have our first lead since his first bucket of the contest. Time counting down, and Hawkins now 0 for 2 from the fields. Isolation. Baseline. Well defended, but better offense by Cobb. He's off to a great start. Bowers calling for it down low. Does not get the look. Jabari Smith, the mid-range jump shots. That one is dropped in. Little ISO here for Kylan Moore against Smith. Shot clock under 5. Cobb, the mid-range shots. It's not going to go this time. They got Lawson now on the courts. Off their bench. He's one of their top players at guard. So Reed Shepherd takes his seats. Whitmore out to Bauer. Wide open triple. He makes no mistake. He can score at all 3 levels. Cobb, more isolation. Hawkins on him. Has to shoot. That one in and out. Almost turned over, but Bauer tracks it down. Whitmore finds him. Wide open. Not going to go this time, but they will get it back. It goes out of bounds off of Lawson, and the Aztecs take over. A lot of shots for Cobb early on here in this game. He's been pretty back and forth, very hit or miss. He's going to drive it here, draws the foul, and got the basket too. He likes that matchup, it seems, against Hawkins. He's a bit undersized, Hawkins is. The free throw is good. I think Cobb has almost all of our points. Whitmore floats it over the top to Bauer inside for the deuce. Kispert drives it, has it denied, right to Cobb for the 3, but that shot's no good. Dion Houston now checks in at power forward for Houston. So both their great big men out there on the courts. Whitmore for 3, no good off the pass from Dion Houston. And we give it right back. Sasser could not corral the ball. Lawson has it denied by Cobb. Taking over now here in the opening quarter of play. Moore drives it. That was a really tough shot off the window. Rockets leading by 1. Houston almost got the and one. That's the first against Mark Williams now. Healthy off the left hand fracture. 13 points off the bench this year for Houston. The first free throw, though, is offline. Kylan Moore takes a seat. Jarris Walker back on the courts. And Houston goes 0 for 2 at the line. They've gone quiet offensively the last couple of trips. That's a good look, though, for Sasser. And he has been a real spark plug off our bench all year long. Into a 3. Whitmore has space, and this time connects. Open look. No good. Williams comes in. Walker, second chance. Nothing but nylon. And we are trading buckets and leads here in the first quarter. I like this game so far. Very back and forth. Bauer sets up Whitmore for the 3. But nobody so far has really hit 2 in a row. Williams on the other end is rejected by Dion Houston. He'll stay with the Aztecs as we bring in Cam Christie and David Dennis. Tough matchup here. Whitmore against Cobb. The screen frees him up. The 3 is not going to go, though. He's already taken, like, I want to say 8 threes. He's now 5 for 13 from the field. 14 points in this opening quarter. That's a deep 3, and it's good from Jabari Smith Jr. Downhill. And blocked by Dion Houston. Number 2 for him. A fast break for the Rockets. Smith goes up against Walker. Got the and one. The second time Walker's been called for that. And the free throw is good. Sasser feeds it. Wiseman rolls inside and we'll have the flush. Couple of dribble moves here by Lawson. But good defense by Sasser, staying attached. The shot just off the rim. Out of the corner. Sasser. Back to Walker. Shot clock under 5. And the shot's not going to go, but Houston called for the foul. Udoka not happy with the call. Walker, a 79% free throw shooter on the year, and he misses the front ends. The back end, though, is also off. 0 for 2. Come on, man. AJ Griffin not retired here in this universe. Can't finish at the rim, but it stays with the Rockets. Mismatch down low for Houston. He's doubled and still scores. Last shot of the quarter. Aztecs trailing by 5. Sasser blocks by Dion Houston. What a first quarter for him. Rockets lead by 5 through 1. Start of the second quarter. Cobb steps back, nails the triple. We're back within 1 score. What a move by Lawson, finding some space and responding with a 3 of his own. It's left for Cobb. He's got room, but still cannot hit 2 shots in a row, it seems. Here's a 3 for Griffin. That is a really tough shot. Pulled in by Kylan Moore. He finds Wiseman all the way up ahead to throw it down. Low and by Sasser. Lawson rises at the rim, met by Wiseman. And he's called for a foul. First free throw. Up and good for the Rockets. Jabari Smith back on the court, so is Reed Shepherd. Free throws, both good. Nice move by Moore, crossing over. Almost got the buckets. It's the first against Smith. Run in from Kylan Moore is good. That 6-block game, by the way, from a couple games ago, or maybe it was our last game, that was his career high in blocks for Moore. He goes 1 for 2 here at the line. It's 35-31. Screen set up. Shepherd penetrates. Houston reverses, but can't lay it in. Mismatch inside. Calling for it. Wiseman kicks it back out. Cobb has it stuffed, but it goes right back to him. Tough matchup against Dion Houston. He fires over him and got it to go this time. It's going to be a 2-pointer. Downhill. And laying it in. What a drive by Dion Houston. Been active on offense and defense. We call timeout. Ispert waiting. Finds Dennis. Fires off the screen from Cobb. No good. But Moore. Oh, I thought he had the putback. But it comes off the rim. Whitehead. Open corner 3. Can't connect. Driving downhill, and another ball that just comes off the rim. Almost went in. Shepherd, though, throws it down in transition. He's got 8 points. Gotta find the baskets. Back door to Kylan Moore all over Jabari Smith. Shepherd pulls up and knocks it down from behind the arc. 4 for 5 to start the game for Reed Shepherd. The Rockets lead by 7 here on their home courts. It's been a lot of shots so far for Cobb. He'll try another one, but it won't count because he's fouled. This free throw gives him 20 points already. He has taken 11 threes. A lot of those very open. Screen comes up. Downhill. Now back behind Williams. He got turned around. Moore waits. Dishes to Cobb. Mid-range jump shot from the elbow. He drops it in. He's been really good so far, for the most part. But Dion Houston has been a revelation off their bench. Their best player, no doubt, so far. He's got 3 blocks. He's got like at least 10 points. Dennis finds Cobb. Shepard picks him up. Bit of a size disparity here. Dennis wide open. Good pass by Cobb. The shot's not going to go, though. Now the Rockets look to advance, and Whitmore got it to go. Another 3 for Cobb. I think he's now 4 for 12 from downtown. Got a couple of mismatches here. Back to Houston. Through the contacts. This guy is really good, man. What the heck? Make a play, Cobb. He drives. Has it blocked. Can't track it down. All right, he's taking a bit too many shots here now, I think. He's got to pass the ball to somebody else. Shepard finds Houston again. I mean, he has been feasting. Now he's got 10 points. Cobb takes a step, fires a 3. This time he got it to go. They're going to call timeout. Last 10 games, the Rockets are the top shooting team in the entire NBA. But so far in this game, at least for us, we've taken 36 shot attempts. Cobb has 22 of those. And he's still on the court out there. Bauer now back in alongside Houston. That shot's blocked by Williams. Now Cobb brings it up. Finds Dylan Young. His 3 is nothing but nets. And it's back to a 5-point game. Good, strong drive. A.J. Griffin blows by Cobb and rocks the rim on his way. Sasser penetrates and hits the midi. Okay, trading buckets now. Can we get a couple stops down the stretch here in the first half and potentially take the lead by halftime? Shepard left it short. Cobb to Young. He drives, blows by his man, and rocks the rim. What a play. A 10-2 Aztecs run since that timeout. Now a pick and roll. Houston lays it in for 2. We cannot stop this guy. 86% shooting. Cobb isolates, spins, and misses the layup. Just a little bit too weak off the glass. Bauer crosses over and lays it in with the undersized defender on him, and Marcus Sasser. Deep 3. Cobb drills it. I think he's a bucket away from 30 here in the first half. Good golly. Whitmore behind the arc. Got it to go. The Rockets' offense cannot be slowed down. Cobb is just feeling it right now. He just wants the ball in his hands. He crosses over. That's a tough shot. He has not passed the ball hardly at all this game. And Houston continues to get inside with ease. Rockets lead back up to 9. Into the corner. Space for Cobb. No good, but it's put back in by Mark Williams. We have not seen Cobb take this many shots like he has here in this game in a long time. He is just heat checking left and right. Now Bauer fades away. That shot is no good. Let's close this first half strong, guys. We're still in this game. And Mark Williams is called for a bad screen off ball. It's going to be a turnover. Reed Shepard downhill, right over the top, the pick and roll, picking us apart right now. Our defense does not look very good. Out to Cobb, mid-range jump shot's not going to go. When is he going to get hot for the first time in this game? Shepard, bucket and foul. Rockets just taking over. They've outscored us 34-16 down low. The free throw's good. Final play here in the quarter. Cobb has it. Throws it up. Missed it. 54-66. And I'm not loving the offense so far, or our defense. Things to work on as we trail by 12 at half. The Rockets shot 58% in the first half. We shot only 43%. A lot thanks to Cobb taking over half of our shots. How do we start this half? Young spins through contact. Got it for 2. Whitmore wide open, but took too long to fire. Has it denied by Moore. Fast break, lobbed up, and Walker just got blocked by the rim. No! You gotta hit those, man. Whitmore now fires off the screen. That shot hits the back iron. Can the offense start hot here? Gotta find some good looks, knock down the open shots, and get back in arm's reach. Dennis has a good chance and connects. And that ball is turned over. Reed Shepherd just airmailed it. And we take over down by 7. Young takes his time, pulls the trigger, but can't knock it down. Could have used that shot right there. Whitmore can't lay it in. And Smith on the glass keeps it with the Rockets. Bowers doubles. Now gets it back. Over Dennis. The 3 won't go. Cobb, catch and shoots. His 3s have not been very accurate. He was 3 for 5 to open, but has only made, I think, 1 since then. He's taken like 10 more. Smith, yes. Young, getting physical down low, and got the foul against Whitmore plus the foul. The bucket, excuse me. Free throw to cut it back to a 6-point deficit. It is good. It's left for Jabari Smith, wide open. The Rockets have been way better from downtown than we have, I think, based on their percentages. We have missed a lot of open looks. Timeout, Mexico City. A lot of people have been talking about how Cobb takes a lot of threes, does not hit very many of them. He has shot about 43% on the season, but this game is not going to help those narratives. He is 6 for 16 from downtown. That shot's not going to go. Young pulls down the rebounds. Do not want to let the Rockets pull away here in the third quarter. That's a good bucket right there for Kylan Moore. He's had a pretty quiet day so far. Bauer hands it off. Baseline drive. Reed Shepherd slips by Dennis for the deuce. He has been very efficient so far from the fields. Cobb is not. He's 10 for 29 as of right now. Dennis up and under, left it short. Bauer right there waiting for it. Almost blocked it. Smith on the other end puts his own miss back in. Screen sets. Pick and roll. Dennis fouled by Smith, his second. But so far, the Rockets' offense has proved very difficult to string stops against. Just a really, really good offense. A lot of players that can score from all 3 levels. And we've had trouble in all 3 levels so far. Go figure. Whitmore crosses over. Young stays with them and is called for the foul. How many and ones can there possibly be in a game? There have been so many. The free throw from Whitmore makes it a 12-point Houston lead. We have got to make a run here soon. Cobb finds Dennis. Wide open 3. And it finds the bottom of the net. Thank God. Whitmore, contested 3. That shot won't go. Shot clock under 5. Good defense by the Rockets. The shot from Dennis is true. Downhill. Whitmore readjusting, and he finds the basket once again. He's a really good slasher. I've said a couple of threes already in this game as well. As Dennis gets behind the defense and is going to draw the first on Shepherd. pass up ahead there by Cobb. Way to keep his eyes forward. 11 points now for Dennis, 4 assists, and both free throws are good. Lawson drives, readjusting, left it short, gets it back. Wiseman, great defense to go back up and get that stop. Now can we find a basket, close it back to a 5 or so point game? Little pick and pop here. Walker's gonna fire over Bauer. That is a really tough shot. Smith pulls up, and it's not gonna go. Good box out by Jarris Walker to pull down that defensive board. Now a high ball screen. Wiseman rolls, catches the lob, but can't finish. That's now twice we have done that. 4 points left on the court. Whitmore for 3. Missed it. Lucky break for us. Kispert out there has not shot the ball. And will do so here. Somehow got it through traffic. That was a really nice bucket. Whitmore, deep triple, online this time. Pick and roll here. Kispert, blocked by Whitmore. Smith right there to corral it. Been a quiet half for Cobb so far. He's barely shot or touched the ball. Shot clock under 5. Good luck for Hawkins. Man, they have been so good from 3. We have not. That's been a big difference in this game. Out to Kispert. He's got room to fire, but can't connect on his first shot from downtown here in this matchup. Downhill, back out, good kick out to Bauer. Luckily, it's not going to drop in. Dennis, wide open, has to hit it, and he does. Bauer tries a second time. Has only hit 1 or 2 of those so far here in this game. Rockets keeping us at bay thus far, but we have had a couple of dangerous runs, but have not really crept back into the lead so far. Under 5 on the clock. Kispert spots up. Can't hit. Come on, man. Someone's gotta just hit a couple in a row. Jabari Smith with the layup. We trail by 10. We have not seen very much of Cam Christie so far. Now Kobe Brown about to come in for some reason. Dennis rises and missed it. Open look. No good from Smith. They're giving us a chance here to stay in arm's reach. We just got to find some offense and hit these open jump shots. Cobb fires over Lawson off the backboard and good. Kispert gets blown by, and Whitmore, how did he just hit that? Has every foul they have drawn been an and one? That's what it feels like right now. This is ridiculous. Whitmore's free throw will give them an 11-point lead. Sasser waiting for a screen to come up. Drives. Blocked. No foul is called. Last play of the third. Shepard rises. Missed it. And we do not get a shot off in time. Rockets lead by 11. They've been in firm control almost the entire game. The fourth quarter begins. Rockets have it leading by double digits. Need a run here in the fourth quarter at some point to make things interesting down the stretch. But we have been horrible at stopping that guy right there, Dion Houston. Dominant so far. I think he's got only 1 missed shot, several dunks, several pick and roll buckets. The 3, no good from Kylan Moore. Our jump shots have been very inefficient, and we can't really find a rhythm, can't spark a run, can't put multiple stops together, as seen right there. The Rockets have their largest lead of the game, it looks like, at 15 points. On for it down low. A double team comes. Moore spins around it, finds Cam Christie, drills the three. That's a good pass. Here we go. Cam Whitmore with the triple. Thought it was a pretty good shot contest, but does not matter for him. Driving on Jovic. A double comes again. A foul is called against Jovic. Free throws for Kylan Moore. A quiet day offensively. Only 10 points, 3 rebounds. Rockets doing a great job on the glass against one of the league's best in Kylan Moore. And he goes 2 for 2. Backdoor, almost stole it, and they still get points. Give you a break. Below the rim, Williams rises, left it short. Dion Houston, man. I mean, he's just been all around fantastic. Whitmore has his shot blocked, and we get it back. And somebody give us something here. Young with a tough finish. Screen set. Houston once again scores off a pick and roll. If he sets a screen, he's gonna roll inside. He can't shoot threes. Jesus. Moore lost it. Jovic picks up the steal. The shot from Shepard won't go. Time counting down. Gotta find a shot. The three won't go from Moore. Oh boy. Whitmore to Houston. Sasser's there, but it's a big mismatch. Houston way taller than him. This crowd's on their feet. 8 to go. We trail by 17 points. This game is nearly over. We'll watch a few more plays. There's Mark Williams behind Houston for a dunk, but they've shot 10% better. 54 from the field. We have not been quite as good. Another bucket for Houston. Jesus almighty. Moore drives it. Is fouled by Jovic. If we still trail by about this much by the 6-minute mark, I will just jump to the end. This is not a game where I think that we can come back in. They're just too good of a team. They don't blow leads. And we cannot really find a good rhythm here offensively at all. We can't hit multiple shots in a row. So until we do, probably not going to win. The three for Whitmore. It's the back iron. Lobbing it for Dennis. Rising up, the emphatic slam. Good pass there by Dylan Young. Driving inside, hop stepping. Whitmore can't lay it in. Good defense down low by Young. Williams steps out of bounds. Open triple. How'd that happen? Thank God it's no good. A three could make things intriguing here. Inside, fouled. It's Kispert with free throws coming up. 6:08 left to play. Anything can happen. I will watch the whole game, and if we make things interesting, I will obviously show that. But if we don't, I'll just skip towards the end. That will save us the time. The Rockets are just better right now in pretty much all areas. And they have won the third matchup of the year between these two teams for the third time. 3-0 against the Aztecs. And that is not a satisfactory game by Mexico City at all. 117 to 108. We actually played better than them in that second half, outscoring them by 3. But that first half where Cobb took all those shots was the difference maker, I think, in this game. Could have won the game late if we would hit our shots, but you have got to shoot better than 14 for 35 if you're going to take that many shots. Simply put, 8 for 20 is fine from 3. So that's 23-point shots by one player. You got to spread the ball out more. You don't get games like this very often from Cobb, but when we do, he's usually pretty solid, I think. That was not really the case here in this game. He shot about 35 or 34% from the field, it looks like, if my math is correct. 41, 9, and 6. Never had like a stretch where he was knocking down everything, just had a couple of mix between a couple of misses. And Kylan Moore was actually held in check here. 13, 7, and 5, 3 for 9 from the field. And we could not defend their bigs for the life of us. Deion Houston especially, 12 for 13. I mean, just dominance. 4 blocks for Houston. Just absurd. Reed Shepard was great, 6 for 10. Jabari Smith, 8 for 13. A lot of their guys very efficient. So, until we defend pick and rolls better and can knock down multiple shots in a row, it's going to be hard for us to win games against good teams, great teams like the Rockets. We did shoot well from behind the arc, actually, better than them to my surprise. We actually hit a lot more free throws too, but they had a couple of key offensive rebounds despite us winning on the glass. We had too many turnovers, 10 to their 5. They blocked us more times than we did. And they also had just a lot of paint points, 68 to 30. And their bench was better too. We barely gave a chance to Cam Christie to get a chance to score. Corey Kispert, 1 for 5. So that was just a disappointing game from this team. But we knew this team was young and not really up to their best basketball yet. I'm still gonna wait for us to grow into that kind of a team, but until we do, we're probably not gonna be winning our conference in the regular season based on record alone. We've got a very back and forth game here against the Suns, who have come back and outscored us by 15 points here in the fourth quarter. 2:42 left to go. We trail by 5. So Phoenix has the ball. They're a sub 500 team, and we are in danger of losing, I think, 3 games in a row. I think, no, actually, we beat the Bulls before that Rockets game, but in danger of dropping back-to-back games here and falling to the 3rd or 4th seed here in the conference, because the Clippers won their game. They have passed us now for 2nd place. Sasser has it. Finds Young, open, look, can't drop it in. And why is Sasser out there in crunch time? John Cobb not on the court, Dennis is out there. And so are the other 3 starters. That's a tough 3, but it goes for Shadon Sharp. Are you serious? Dennis spots up, drills it from downtown to answer back. We need a couple of stops here. Isolation. Sharp. Just what happened there? I thought Moore was there, then he just backed off right at the last second. And Sharp's got 19 points and is about to put this game away. Walker's triple. No good. And we can't get the rebounds. We're about to lose to a 13 and 14 squad here. Not what you want to see after that Rockets game. That's going to be a bucket and foul against Kylan Moore. It's Ryan Dunn, the former UVA Cavalier, with that 3-point play. We trail by 10. This game's over. Back-to-back road losses. And we just blew a 10-point fourth quarter lead. And they scored 46 points in that quarter to win by 7 points. Bronny James, by the way, we thought about signing him. Signed Christie instead. Bronny so far this year has played okay, but not great. He's definitely shot way worse than Christie has this year, but is putting up assists and rebounds and is doing a pretty good job. Just putting up some nice box score numbers, but has not shot the ball very well. 35 for Cobb. He did foul out earlier in the game, I guess earlier in the fourth quarter. 24 for Dennis, but back-to-back tough games for Moore. This time he goes 4 for 15. Mark Williams 1 for 6. So until we have these guys kind of step back up and hit their shots, it's going to be tough for us to win these games. And we have not played very well the last couple of weeks. In fact, we have played about 500 basketball since that 3-game win streak that was ended by the Grizzlies in that blowout loss. Make it 3 straight. 20 plus for Henderson, Simons, Avdia. We lose by 4. Nobody for us puts up more than 18 points. Cobb 4 for 11. Young 5 for 13. Dennis 6 for 16. And it's been a poor run of form. We have one more road game here. These road games are kicking our ass. We are 8-11 on the road, 10-2 at home. Like, we're just really bad away from home. 4-6 now here in the last 10 because we have played mostly road games, and the offense has kind of dropped off a cliff because of that. Next game up against the 20-10 Brooklyn Nets. Again, they've got Cam Thomas, Zach Webb, that young, promising power forward. They've also got Harrison, Sally, Claxton, a couple of really good bigs here. We had a good first quarter. Fourth quarter going our way. Nets trying to climb back in, but they are going to run out of time. We take it 121-113, get back in the win column, and close this road stretch in a good way. 33 for Thomas, but 25 or more from Cobb, Young, Moore. 13 for Sasser off the bench. That's more like it. 43% from downtown, 94 at the stripe, and 46 on 95 shots. Pretty solid stuff there. We'll get through the rest of December here and close the episode with these next 2 home games against the Cavaliers and the Raptors, 2 cross-conference teams. The Cavaliers beat us down and pick up their 25th win of the year. They lead the Eastern Conference right now with those 25 wins. 24 points for Dennis. Solid day for our backcourt, but not a great day. Tylen Moore has really struggled the last couple of games. Numbers kind of dropping off offensively here. And yeah, like 3 or 4 out of his last 5 games have not really been pretty. So he's had a couple of tough matchups. Herb Hood at 27 points here in this game. Garland 24. Solid bench numbers for a couple of players here. And now the 500 Raptors. And we will close with another nail biter. 91-90 in Mexico City. 2:51 to play. We trail by 1. Here we go, trying to close the calendar year strong in 2028. Cobb gets the pass inside, can't lay it in. Walter right there to put a hand up. And now a good pass back out to him for the triple, which he rattles in. The Raptors jump ahead by 4. Just like that, huh? Young the pick. Cobb rises. No good. RJ Barrett pulls down the rebounds. No, not Scotty Barnes. Wide open. We just caught a break. Walker brings it up, attacks the basket, and 1! Big play! Foul goes against RJ Barrett, just the first on him all game long. David Dennis not on the court, must have fouled out. Sasser now out there. And the free throw's no good! Come on, man. Grady Dick finds Beasley. Sasser, really good post defense. Can we tie or take the lead? Young is going to fire a three. And it's too strong. Şengün downhill. And he got it. But how? He's been horrible. 33%, but he gets that shot to drop. Give me a break. That was good defense. Cobb swatted by Şengün. Gets it back and hits the mid-range jump shots. Game's not quite over. Backdoor. Şengün is now fouled. Come on. 7 fourth quarter fouls by the Aztecs. Şengün hits the first. I just want our defense to play well. That free throw is no good. A three can tie it up. Cobb wants to drive it. And he missed it. Gets it back. And does not pass out to the open man. And missed the shot at the rim too. Şengün now. Easy layup. We're about to lose again. Young drives. Got the layup to go. We could still hold off on fouling. One stop. Call timeout. Advance the ball. Hit a three. Force overtime. That's how you give yourself a chance to win this game. Bryce McGowan's now on the courts. I guess in a point guard or something. Beasley wants to drive it, and he blows by him. Why is McGowan in the game? I don't. Why do the rotations get so messed up when players foul out? It's so obnoxious. But this game's over. We lose again. Inbound to Cobb. His three is good. Is it too little, too late? Free throws for RJ Barrett. First one online. 3.5 seconds on the clock. And the game is officially over. The Raptors hang on to win. .38 points for Cobb in the loss. He actually shot very well on 27 attempts, but nobody else stepped up at all. You've got at least 4 other players that took 11 or more shots and did not hit more than 4 of them. With Kylan Moore, Jarris Walker, Dennis, Dylan Young. Wiseman goes 1 for 6. Sasser 0 for 3, 0 points. I mean, it's hard to win if one guy is the only guy that is putting up any numbers. Jacoby Walter, 28 points in the game. Şengün, 15, 10, and 6. He played solid defense, but despite taking 19 more shots, we still lose because they had a lot more free throws and they shot better than we did from both the field and from behind the arc. And we have now lost 5 out of our last 6 games. And we have dropped to 5th in the conference. And now we are way behind the Rockets at about 8 games. We're going to sit through the rest of December and just get to the next calendar year in 2029. But things are going downhill for this team. And that is not what you want to see here in a pretty key part of the year when the Rockets can start pulling away and securing that 1 seed here in the next, 2 or so months as we approach the All-Star break. And we haven't seen anybody really, again, be too good across multiple games. So many games where a player is like 3 for 11 or goes 4 for 12 or whatever. And despite Cobb's points going up, he has shot a little bit worse from the field. Has still been overall our best player, but Kylan Moore has dropped off from about 20.5 points per game to 17.7. That's a 3-point difference. Rebounds going down. Dennis' assist numbers have gone down by about 1. Moore has now shot only 42% from the field after being at 46 to start the episode. So these last 16 games opposed to our first 16 games, a very different story. Darius Walker, 43%. Our bigs have not shot very well. At least the starters haven't. Should Mark Williams get a chance to start this year? I think we got to think about a change to our lineup here soon, because if we don't, I think things are going to continue to be kind of inconsistent and, be back and forth and might trend downhill still. So, with about a month until the All-Star break and the deadline on the 1st of February, so 1 month away exactly, we got to think about adjustments to make. We're going to watch our next game against the Jazz, I believe, on the 14th and round out the next month and a half. Probably get through the All-Star break and then have the last 2 episodes after next one close out the regular season against whoever we want to jump into games against. But a rough episode, no doubt. And we got to figure out a way to fix things and turn this around. We are only 4 games over 500, and we're going to leave it right here with a 19-15 record, 9th in the power ranking, 5th in the conference, and a lot of things to work on. That will close the episode, folks. Thanks for watching. Please like the episode, subscribe, comment down below. I will see y'all in the next one. Take care. Have a great day.